Hey folks, how's it going? Dr. Dan here, Ozark MMJ Cards. Listen, I just wanted to touch in on a very important topic. I know that this comes up in the realm of cannabis medicine quite frequently. The issue of dosing medical cannabis while treating coexisting depression. Okay. Now, I do want to highlight depression is not a qualifying condition in every medical marijuana state. In one state where I practice, Arkansas, it's not a qualifying condition. However, as oftentimes you'll find in other qualifying conditions, for example, PTSD, you can find coexisting depression, or if you have arthritis or any other condition, oftentimes a patient can have coexisting depression. So the question becomes, is marijuana safe to administer while someone has a diagnosis of depression and they might be also treating with antidepressants? Excuse me. Mm. No shame in hydration, folks. So the question becomes, is marijuana safe in these patients and is it effective? So, really, what I found, folks, this is really a jump ball and approach with caution, and it really underlines again, how personal and tailored even this practice of cannabis medicine is, and I'll tell you why. All right, not every case of depression is the same. No two are created equal. So, in that vein, some patients might be able to handle their regular prescriptive medications and dose marijuana in a logical manner, microdose it correctly, and either use prescriptive medication or not, and be able to handle their symptoms using other sustainable coping mechanisms. All right. When it comes to depression, I'm really a fan of some form of behavioral therapy alongside the medical cannabis. If people need antidepressants or some sort of mood stabilizing medication, I'm always a big fan of those things being on board with the goal more than anything of controlling symptoms. All right. That's the most important thing, in my opinion, rather than having the goal of getting off of medications, because that topic comes up often of, can I replace my medications, my mood medications, with marijuana? And my answer to that is, well, I don't know. It's possible. It's not the goal of mine and my intent when we talk about cannabis therapy alongside mood medications. It's certainly a possibility, but the most important thing is to have adequate control of symptoms so that you can have good functionality in life. All right. And then you have the other kind of patient, okay, who when hit with a bout of depression, and this could be seasonal affective disorder as well. All right, I wanted to bring that up as a distinct diagnostic entity because we're entering the colder winter season, fall going into winter, and we're having shorter days, less sunlight, less vitamin D, and that's really what can set people up for episodic seasonal depression. All right, and in some patients that are prone to this, they can use medical cannabis as a crutch, right? They can use marijuana as a crutch as opposed to good coping mechanisms and maintaining a good degree of social contact, to just make sure that they're in good spirits. They'll use marijuana as a crutch and they'll end up misusing, meaning more specifically overusing. All right, dosing too much, either too often or more commonly too much per sitting. All right, and that's really the thing that I'm looking to avoid, and that's the thing that I bring up when I know that someone has a history of depression. The thing that I try and really make plain to them is, you don't want to live in non-reality. What you want to look out for is, if you know that you're going through a bout of depression, know that the management of that is not marijuana alone in most cases. All right, in some cases people learn how to do it, but that's alongside other coping mechanisms that they've learned. So that's the thing that I'd like to underscore. The other thing that I'd like to underscore is strain choice and choice of product becomes important in this game, and it's applicable for depression, because you don't want to go for a strain or a product that might make you more prone to stony lethargy. Okay, because when people are prone to depression, they're already in a state of psychomotor slowing, right? Difficulty initiating movement, difficulty initiating thought. All right. So when you have that sort of psychomotor slowing, you don't want to go for a strain or a cannabis product that's going to slow you down even more and keep you drowned in your thoughts, often negative, self defeating thoughts. All right. So that's the thing that I really want to underscore. Sativas or sativa hybrids, I think, can be an appropriate choice in situations like this, assuming that people are not limited in their experience by the psychoactivity of sativas. All right. Sativas can be an appropriate choice when people have a little bit of issue getting the energy to get the happy face going and getting off of the couch. I think a good sativa or a moderate sativa hybrid is a very good choice if you're trying to tackle a little bit of mood and just get a little bit more pep in your life and a little bit more happiness on your mind so you can feel more of the vibe and the groove of the music of life. I think a sativa can be a very appropriate choice. Now, that's not to say that indicas aren't certainly on the table, but those are to be chosen. Something with an indica type effect should be chosen very carefully and dosed very carefully, owing to its inherent sedative type properties. All right. That's not the thing that we want to be aiming for come winter time and less sunny days, and less contact with the outside. The thing that I want to really reinforce is go for something that's going to give you a little bit more mental energy and something that's going to give you more of the catalyst drive to be able to tackle the outside, get you something warm. Folks, mood is really enhanced by being able to get outside, knowing that you're not locked away from outside. And I know that though the weather can be unpleasant when it's cold, there have been studies that show that when you're able to get face on with the weather, with the actual day, regardless of the weather, mood outcomes just end up being better. So early exposure to outdoor air becomes crucial. You can give yourself some mental lift and some positive incentive. You can go ahead and do your morning microdose outside. All of that stuff is fair game, folks. The main thing is how I approach it. I just want patients to have the awareness when you're dealing with cannabis and coexistent depression. It's really one of those things that I like to approach with caution, and I think it's sensible for patients to also approach it with caution and just be aware of the amount that you're dosing, how you're feeling, keeping a good pulse on really what's going on in your life, and knowing that more than anything, the coping mechanisms are the primary part of making mood disorder manageable. All right. Cannabis is a great help if you can, if it's helpful for you personally, but knowing that everyone is different and knowing that certain strains might not work for everyone, just be judicious with your dosing and your timing and your choice of habits that you do when you're dosing cannabis products, because really at the end of the day, we're trying to get the ball moved forward and get a better quality of life, be able to squeeze out more wellness, squeeze out more health, squeeze out more quality company with the other humans that we and animals and plants that we involve in our life. you know Being able to get good mood control that's durable and sustainable, that's really, really important when you're looking at the whole gestalt. Love that word, $30 word. Use it, guys. Drop it if you can. Freebie, Dr. Dan, just giving it to you. All right. All the little nugs of wisdom for you to put in your mental grinder. Put that in your pipe. Anyway, not that one. All right, you people. Colonoscopy jokes, they never end. Anyway, listen, I'm grateful that you guys are tuning in and trying to get good health knowledge, because really at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to do here. It's not only about using cannabis to have fun. I'm all about having fun. That's great. But really, what we're trying to do, folks, is just squeeze the most out of life and being able to get the most function out of life so that we can come home and hang out with our families and have lots of happy times, get good rest, and live long and prosper. All right. On that note, I will catch you guys soon. Be happy, be safe, and we'll talk next week. All right. Bye.